Hello there, my name is Rafael Sumitani, and today I'll show you how to set up and run the Hamsa tool. So we have a Docker file defined here, which defines an image with all the right dependencies and right versions, so you don't have to install it directly to run our tool. But if you don't want to use the Docker, you can install all the right versions just by looking here. For instance, CMake has to be at least 3.20. And also be sure that if you're not using the Docker, that your LLVM build installation is according with this directory here, which is in your home, then LLVM project, then build. So let's start. To build the Docker image, you have to run this command, docker build -t and Hamsa, which is the name of the tool, but it could be whatever name you want. And be sure to be in the right folder, the Docker folder. But the command is docker build -t Hamsa and dot to show that you're in the Docker folder. This will use the Docker file to build an image. I won't run it because I already have the build image in my computer, but just be aware that this process will take a while because it has to clone and compile the LLVM repository, and it might take some space. Here I think it takes 11 gigabytes, so just be careful with that. But to run the image after you have built it, you can use the command docker run -it and the name of the image, which is Hamsa. Here I have it running, and it already has all the code and all the dependencies and everything. So now the first thing that we would want to do is to build the tool using the setup.sh script, but our Docker file already does that here, as you can see. So there's no need to actually build it again. But if you want to, you can just run the setup script here. But as you can see, there's no work to do. Now, then we can run the tool using our run.sh script. We have this script to make things a lot easier because, as you can see, the whole command can be quite long. Now, to run it, we can use run.sh. Then we have 3 arguments, which are the input file, the output file, and the output format. So I'll use one of the samples that we have here. I'll use the Stencilica sample 2. So test Stencilica sample 2, then 2.txt and txt format. Currently we have 2 output formats, which are txt and dot, but who knows, it might change in the future. Now I'll see it here through the Docker extension in VS Code. You can see it's here. So this is the txt file. It gives the line on which it found the kernel, the triplets, which is the initial value, the limit, and the increment for the induction variable, which is here next to the triplet. Then all the inputs it found for this kernel. And then at the end of the line, there is the complexity that we inferred for this kernel. This output is mainly for debugging, and it might change in the future, but that's currently how it looks. And we can also see the dot format. Let me change it here. Here. So the dot generates basically a tree using the dot format that we can visualize using this VS Code extension that I have. So that's how the kernel tree looks for the sample. As you can see, we have sec nodes and loop nodes. We also have conditionals, which are represented by these diamond shapes here. So that's basically how you run the Hamsa tool. I don't think there's much more to it. So feel free to email me on the email that I'll put in the description of the video. But that's basically it for this video. Thank you and bye.